and welcome to the Yoga Pantry with me, Natasha. Today's class is for the footballers, the soccer players in the house who want to make sure that you're looking after your muscles, keeping them long and strong. We're going to work those legs, we're going to power up the core, we're going to work on a little bit of balance and really work on stretching and releasing the glutes and the hamstrings and the quads as well. Alright, we're going to start off in standing and work our way down to the floor. Just work a little bit of flexibility, then we'll work some strength and some balance as well. So coming to the top of your mat first, connecting down through the soles of your feet, right down through the center of your heels, right down through the big toe and little toe mound. And find some grounding through the floor. Let the tailbone drop to the floor, crown of the head reaches to the sky, arms come down to the side. Just take a moment to check in with your body. Take some lovely deep breaths. Yoga isn't just about stretching out the body, it's really about connecting body, mind, and spirit. And when you have all of those things and you're in that zone, you know you will have a fabulous game. So let's reach up through the crown of our head, connect down through the soles of our feet. Take a moment, check in, see how you're feeling. Try not to lock the knees, soften out, connect up to your hips. Notice how your hips are feeling. Draw the belly button in slightly. Opening your eyes, reach the hands up, interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, stretch. Press through the feet, lift and lengthen the whole body. And we're also working our wrists here. Release the hands, make fists, and start to roll your wrists down. So the wrists get quite a bit of a hammering in your yoga practice, but also for your soccer playing, you want your wrist to be strong, because if you fall and you land on your hand, you don't want to break your wrist. Let's roll those out. Reach it all the way up. Find that length, maybe start to stretch up and back if that feels good. Exhale, bring the hands down to your heart center. I'm going to turn to face the top of my mat. And inhale, bring those hands up. Reach it up, stretch up and back, lengthen out through the body. Exhale. You can bend your knees if you're super tight here. You can have the feet hip width as well. Let the body hang. Let's just check in first with the body. Let us check in with the back of the legs. Shake out the head and neck. Loosen up the shoulders. If you're feeling comfortable and you can rock a little bit forward, taking the weight into the balls of the feet, start to lengthen your sit bones to the ground and lengthen your spine. If you need a block to bring the earth up to you, maybe you're super tight, then go ahead and use a block. Otherwise, keep working that energy up through the back of the body and down through the front of the body, as well as you reach up through the hips and down through the crown. Soften that out. Inhale, halfway lift. Think about shooting the tailbone out to the back. Energy out through the crown of the head, connecting down through the balls of the feet. Belly draws in slightly. Starting to activate our glutes. Starting to work our core in a lovely subtle way. Connect down through the balls of the feet. Exhale, soften everything down. Let's go ahead, drop the knees down underneath the hips. Walk those wrists underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Round the back as you exhale to open up the spine. Inhale, press through the floor, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And all of this, we're just warming up first to check in before we really start stretching out, working strength, working balance. What the target is here today is to elongate those muscles. Long, supple muscles are strong muscles. The tighter they are, the weaker they are, the easier they will snap. So yoga is super beneficial to your soccer practice. As you know, Manchester United has their own dedicated yoga trainer, and as do a lot of soccer clubs. All right, let's walk those hands forward about a palm print. Arms are shoulder width, maybe slightly wider if you're a little bit bulkier there in the upper body. Tuck those toes, press the hips up and back to the sky, tread it out. Reach up into the hips, work your down dog. Now, if you are tight, those knees might be bent and the feet might be a little wider. That's all good. Let's start to work some length out. As you tread your feet out, think about bending one knee a whole bunch and taking the other heel down towards the floor. Nice and slowly, really treading. What's happening here is we are firing up those muscles, activating them, but we're also stretching them out. And now let's go ahead, press your left heel down to the floor, bend your right knee a whole bunch, press the floor away, lifting your sit bones to the sky, roll your armpits in towards your face, stretching out the back of that left leg, getting into those hammies. Let's swap sides, bend one knee a whole bunch, press down into your heel. You can even peel your toes up of that standing leg if you've got that flexibility and that strength there. And release that out. Now we're going to roll up and through into a plank. If your down dog was a bit short, step those feet out a little wider. Lovely plank, work that core in the body, press the floor away, roll up and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll up and through, plank, and roll back, downward facing dog. Building strength in our core, activating all our muscles, working heat into the body here. And here we go. One more. Roll up, roll back. Now step to a comfortable down dog and turn your feet out. We're going to move into some squats. So I'm going to become a little bit shorter in my down dog. Feet and knees turned out. Press back into a squat. Press into the heels. Your heels may be off the ground. That's all good. We're working those hips here. Reach up and back. Work those glutes and downward facing dog. Down dog, squat. Down dog, press through the feet, lengthen, squat. Down dog, press through the feet, lengthen, exhale, squat. Your arms are getting a good workout here. Keep pressing the floor away. We'll come off those shoulders soon. Reach up and down and up. This is working those ankles, working your hips and working out your Achilles. Can you feel it? Alrighty, let's come down and hold for 30 seconds. Breathe. Feel the burn in the thighs. Reach it up and back. If you need to come down to your forearms because that's too much for you, you can totally do that. If you need to have a block there to help you out, you can totally do that as well. Pretty awkward from there. And come out. Tread it out. Nicely done. Breathe into it. Go ahead. Drop the knees nice and wide. Bring the big toes towards each other. Sink the body down to open out the inner thighs. Open up the hips. Stretch out through the glutes. Chest down towards the floor. Just shift my little microphone. Breathe. You might need to bring your chest to a block or just hang out on your forearms or rest the forehead on the wrists, on the fists. Continue to soften down through the inner thighs. Work those hips down towards the heels. Inhale. Let us come back up. Tuck the toes. Bring those knees in and sink down child's pose to let the hips release. Alright, come up, roll out the shoulders. We're going to do some active stretching as well. You can use these either for warm-ups or warm-downs. This is a good one for a warm-up though. Coming onto your back. You may need a strap if you can't reach the back of the leg. Otherwise, we're just going to hold the back of our left leg, release the right leg to the floor, and we're not drawing that leg in nice and close. That's just there for support. We're going to work the leg in a moment. Find that lovely length through the body, and then extend your leg up. Contract the quads. Draw them towards each other, lifting your heel up to the sky, working and activating those muscles. Couple of seconds there, release. Take it up, contract the quads, reach up through the heel. This is working your glutes. It's stretching out your hamstrings. When you contract your quads, you get to stretch out your hammies. Release, and vice versa. And up. Can you feel that work? Can you feel that release through the back of the legs and the fire in the front of the legs? Release. And up. Release. Last one, take it up. Go on, hold it there. Keep pressing up to the sky, contracting the quads, lots of strength there. Breathe and release. Hug that in for a moment. Release that out. Other side, bring that right leg up. And support yourself either holding a strap or holding your legs, and extend, contract, draw those quads together and soften. And up, tense, hold. Also draw your femur down into your hip socket, your hip down into the floor, release. Take it up, hold, lift, lift, hold, lift, hold. Take it down and up. And down, and up. Keep contracting the front of that leg, stretching out the hamstrings. Release. One more. Take it up. And that's it. Oh, hug it in. Beautiful. Release the leg out. Shake it out. See if you can kick your finger. Yep. Other leg as well. We're using the right hand at the moment. Kick your hand. Hopefully your hamstrings are not super tight that you can't actually reach your hands. If you can't, that's all good. Just aim towards them. Swap hands. Activating those leg muscles, activating your hip flexors. And one more. There we go. Shake it out. Feet hip width apart, hands beside you, palms facing down. If you find it hard keeping the knees from splaying open, grab a block or a book, hug that in. In fact, go ahead and do that. This is going to activate your inner thigh line and your glutes. Press up, lift into your bridge. This is a lovely stretch and release with the hip flexors. Again, we are working our thigh muscles, working those quads, working our glutes. And come on down. And press up. Breathe into it, stretch it out, hip bones to the sky, and come on down. Press it up. Exhale it down. Inhale up. This is a lovely opening for these thigh muscles, our hip flexors, and it's a good activator for the glutes. Release. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, release those out. Hug the knees in. Keep the chin tucked. Let's rock and roll. And roll yourself, if you can, up to standing. Power up through those legs. Lovely. Come to the top of the mat. Feet together or hip width apart. Hands in front of the heart center. Inhale, take those hands out, reach up. Extend up and back. Exhale, hinge towards the floor. All the way down, lengthen out through the tail. Inhale, halfway lift. You can run your hands up the shins. What we're looking for is length through the back. Exhale, fold. Go ahead, step your right foot back. Drop it down. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left leg. Breathe into it. Maybe we'll just walk that foot out a footprint, because what we want to do, and move your right hand out, is drop, if you can, your elbow down to the instep of your foot. I'll just show you from the front. So I'm in my nice long lunge. Drop the elbow down. Breathe into it. And then open, twist. We're going to press up through that back leg, lift through the heel, lengthen out, twist. You need that lovely flexibility through your spine for your awesome soccer kicks. And exhale, and drop the back knee for a moment, pick up that front foot, press up and lengthen into the back of the leg. I'll show you from the side in a moment. And then release. Come again. I will turn this way. Elbow to the instep there. Breathe into it. Find that space. Or you can take it to the heel if that's easier for your left arm, and then press up through the back leg as well. So we're stretching out. Press open, twist, lift and lengthen, press and separate those shoulder blades, the collarbones apart. And then soften down, pull that front foot up, straighten both legs, press the floor away. Exhale one more time, drop it down. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull back. Release, step back, downward facing dog. Tread it out. How does that feel? Pretty darn good, I'd say. Left foot steps forward, right foot steps forward. Just bring the right hand to the inside of the foot. Walk that foot up just about a footprint, just so you've got space to bring your elbow down. All right, let's lift that back leg. Drop the elbow down to the instep. See how that feels? If you can't do that, it's all good. It will come in time. Press up, twist, open. And then hand to foot. Pull that foot back. Draw back through the hips. Straighten both legs. Try and straighten them. And drop down. Elbow. Twist. And straighten. And drop down. Elbow. Lift that back leg. Don't be lazy like me. Twist. And straighten. Breathe. Release. Step back. Down dog. Tread it out. Reach the hips to the sky. Lift and lengthen. Press up to the toes. Release. Find that comfortable downward facing dog again. Our hands are hip width apart. Try and point your index fingers forward. Connect down through the pads of the thumbs, the pads of the index fingers, the knuckles, and down through the base of the thumb, the pinky finger. Connect down through your left leg. Lift the right leg up. Flex out through that left heel. Look at your big toe. Roll your big toe towards you. Energize down through the heel of the right leg. Really work that leg. And if you want to work the lower leg a little more, peel the toes off the ground if you can. You might not be able to. You might actually be on the toes. Energize back into the heel. Roll your armpits in towards you. Press the floor away. Work that right leg. Work it. Yeah. And then bring it in, core plank. Knee to nose. Press the floor away. And extend it up, all the way up to the sky. Open out your hip. Bend your knee if you can. You can flex your foot here. Lift your knee towards the sky, stretching out through the inner thigh and through the hip. Roll your left armpit down towards the floor so the weight is even. Press the floor, lift, lift, lift. Extend the leg, soften the hips out, release. Straight it out. Other side, flex out through your back foot. Turn your big toe towards the left side of your body. That's your right big toe. Energize down through that left heel. Reach out through the right heel as well. Stretch out through the back of the leg. Hips rising to the sky. Breathe into it. Remember, roll armpits into face. Try not to let them wing open. Here we go. Opening up through the hips. Hips open to the side. Foot is still flexed. Bend the knee. Reach the knee to the sky. Roll your right armpit down to the floor. Press the floor away. Reach down into the heel of that left leg. Keep that energy through both arms. Work it. You can do it. You have that strength. You have that determination and that willpower. Lift the legs, square the hips, release it out, and drop knees wide. Big toes together. Come down, child's pose. If the hands are sore here, walk those elbows in shoulder width, palms together, and release down. Release the heart towards the floor. Draw your triceps in towards your face. And release. Roll it on through. Bring those knees in. Reach it up. Exhale. Hands down. Inhale, sweep it up. Extend up and back. Exhale, come forward, downward facing dog. Right leg steps through and rise up into a crescent lunge. Draw back through your right hip flexor. Energize back through that left heel and feel this lovely stretch through the front of the thigh. Belly draws in, tail drops to the ground. Bring the arms up, hold onto your elbows, open through the body. Breathe. Inhale, lift away from the floor. Exhale, press back into the heel. Come back to that lunge pose. Draw the belly in. Inhale, press the floor away. Keep drawing your arms back. Exhale, draw the belly in. Inhale, up. Exhale. One more. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, come all the way down. Nice, lovely, long lunge. Breathe into it. Draw the belly in. Release. Open. Hands down towards the floor. And bringing your left hand down again, we're going to come into that twist again. Lift the foot and open into a lovely full twist. And breathe. Exhale, release. Drop the knee. Walk your right leg across the body. Take the hip down. Release the left leg. So we're coming into a couple of right angles. If you can, try and get your right shin parallel with the top of your mat. Left knee pointing straight out from your hip. And the other side, same as well. Left knee pointing out, shin pointing to the side of the mat. Back foot can be pointed or flexed. It depends on what feels good for you. Settle into your hips and start to rotate towards the right side. You're going to feel the stretch. See how it goes. Breathe up, lift and lengthen, rotate. Inhale, come forward. Now for some of you, you might have to stay here as we go into pigeon pose, and you can come forward here if that feels okay. If you do have more flexibility in your body, bring your left leg behind you. If you can keep this front leg parallel to the top of the mat, that's all good. That's for you. For me, I can't do that. That's going to wrench my knee out and not be good for my legs at all. So I'm going to bring my heel closer towards my left hip. So my right heel towards my left hip, which means I can drop my left hip down, even out my posture here, rotating my hips to the front of the mat. Some of you may be up high, and that's okay. You can always pad up underneath the right butt with a cushion or a pillow. Make sure the back leg is straight. Make sure your front knee feels comfortable. Like I said, if this isn't comfortable for you, go back to that shape we had before. You're going to get similar benefits. Inhale for length here. Stay here. If that feels intense, you should be able to feel that stretch now on that left side, the right side, the right glutes. Shoulders back and down. If you're comfortable, come on down, stretch out the gluteal muscles, breathe. And again, you can be here. This is good too. Just work with the body you have. Inhale, peel the body up. Lift and lengthen, rotate towards that right knee a little bit. Just a little bit, release. How's that feeling? The old booty. Plaster your hands down into the floor, tuck the back foot, step back, down dog. Go ahead, tread it out. Reach the hips to the sky, lift and lengthen. Go ahead, step your left foot forward. Rise up into your crescent lunge. Cross the arms the other way, so whichever way you did before, grab hold of the opposite elbow. Draw the belly in, press back into that back heel, sink down into that front knee, keeping the front knee over the ankle or slightly behind. Breathe into it. Draw those elbows back if you can. And lift, straightening out those legs. Exhale, press back into the heel, stretch it out. Inhale, up. Keep your belly drawn in though, so you're working your core. And up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep drawing those arms back. Inhale. Exhale. One more for luck. Inhale. Exhale, come down, drop the back knee. Sink down into those hips. Release into it. Find that lovely comfort here in this lunge first. We're trying to drop our right hip bone down lower than our knee if we can. You might be up here. That's all good. If you're feeling a stretch, it's all good. Right hand to the floor. Pick up that back leg. Open into your twist. Draw your left shoulder down. Breathe into it, press back into that heel, lift and lengthen through the arms, spread them apart, twist the body, rotate from the waist, from the belly button area, breathe into it. See how you feel. Release the hand down, walk that leg across the body, coming into what is called a deer pose in yin, taking that top shin parallel to top of the mat, bending the back leg. So you've got right angles, hips, knees, ankles, everything forming right angles. Sit up nice and tall, rotate towards the left. See how that feels. Breathing into it. You might be intimately getting to know your left glute at the moment. I am. But it feels good. It's like a good, bad, good stretch. As long as there's no sharp shooting pains, then you're all good. If you do get sharp shooting pains, come out of it. It's not the pose for you today. Maybe tomorrow. Release out. Now, stay here if you want to, and come down into your pigeon, or straighten out that back leg. For me, I need to bring my heel, my ankle closer towards my hip, lift my body, reposition myself. For me also, it's more comfortable for my knee, my left knee, to be slightly to the outside of my hip bone rather than straight in front. But what you don't want is your knee to be on the inside of your hip bone. So try and avoid that if you can. Lengthen out through that back leg. Lift and lengthen through the body. Check in. Feel how this pose is working for you. If it's not working, change, go to the other variation. Draw your belly in, exhale, come on down. Breathe. The breath is your best friend. Inhale, bring the body up, see how you feel. Plastering those arms. Now make sure that those hips are staying square and you haven't been pulled all off to the side, because that's not going to work out so well for you. You're not going to get the benefits of the pose. Preparing for a downward facing dog. Tuck your back foot, press up and back, tread it out. Yeah, nice. Press up and back. Find a comfortable distance for the feet as you roll up to the toes, round the back, roll through to your plank, press back into your heels. Press the floor away. We're working strength here. Bring your left knee out. Yes, your left knee up. Bring it over to the right. Yes, the right elbow. Straight back and in. We're going to do 5. Back, 3, back, 4, back, 5, and back. I lied. We're going to do 6, and we're going to hold the 6th one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back, hold, up in the air. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Other side. The right leg, left elbow. Here we go. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Hold. You can do more of these. 3, 2, 1. Take it out. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, down dog. Breathe. Open into the body. Release out. Stretch it out. Roll those armpits towards your face. Start to walk up to the top of the mat. Hang out. Again. Head to foot pose. Padahastasana. And roll the belly in towards the spine, or draw it up towards the spine. Press through the feet, roll up, ragdoll. Inhale. Take it up. Hands down in front of the heart center. Now we're going to do some balancing, dynamic balancing, so that you, because you're never static on a soccer field, so that you're moving through there. It's harder than I thought when you've got a cold. Lift your left leg up. Find a drishti point, a focal point in front of you. Lift that leg up. Open it out to the side. I'll actually face you and do this. Lift it up. Open. Center. Extend. Sweep it back. I'll turn this way to show you. Sweep it back, coming into a warrior 3. Plant down through your left leg and energize it right down through the mound of the big toe. Keep the hips square. Draw up through the inner thigh of that left leg, turning your big toe towards the right side. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, extend the leg out. Bring it down. Sweep it back again. Warrior 3. Lift through the knee. Open out to the side. Bring it back to center. Extend again. Kick it on through. Maybe come a little lower. Press through the foot. Bring that knee up. I'm going to turn to you. And then bring the leg across the body. If you can't do that, just do normal tree. Pick up that leg. Hug it in nice and close. Press heel into thigh. Or you can have it lower. If you can take it across the body, figure 4 pose. The leg is on the top. Ankle is on the top. Hands together in front of your heart center. Connect down through the big toe and start to sit. Comfortable for my ankle. Here we go. Start to sit into it. Breathe. Gaze at your focal point, your drishti point. Feel that glute working for you right now. If you're more flexible, go ahead, reach towards the floor. And then if you're more flexible, you can start to bend not bend the leg, straighten the leg, reach the crown of the head to the floor. And then bend the knee again, coming back to your figure 4 squat. And come back to center. Release it out. Release the leg. Nice and controlled. Shake it out. Shake it out. That builds a lot of strength into the foot as well. So let's do the other side, and I'll do it all facing this way. Finding that balance. Hands in front of your heart center. Lift your right knee. Open it out to the side. Bring it back to center. Extend. You want to get a nice focal point. Reach back behind you. Plug down through the inside of the foot, especially through the big toe mound. Draw it in, press through that standing leg. Extend. Sweep it back again. Keep your core nice and strong. The belly slightly sucked in. Inhale, bring it up. Open to the side. Back into center. Extend forward. Let's do it one more time. Coming a little lower if you can. And power up. Find that balance all the way. Get that focus. Tree pose or figure 4 pose. See how you feel about it. And then if you're in figure 4, sit into it. If you're in tree, just work that balance. Breathe. You can sink a little more, find a comfortable place for your ankle and your foot. You can flex that foot so that the knee is comfortable as well. And if you want to, straighten the leg, head to the floor, bend into it again. Sit into it. Feel that little right glute stretching. Come back to center. And gently come out. Release the leg. Take it down. Shake it out. Awesome. Come to the top of your mat again. Find your Tadasana. Drop tail to the ground, crown to the sky. Inhale, take it up. Grab hold of your right wrist and reach over to the side. Lengthen out the side of the body. Stretch out your obliques. Inhale, press. Use those muscles. Grab hold of the other arm. Reach out to the other side. Hips out to the side. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Press and lift. Reach it up. Open the heart. Exhale. Hinge to the floor. All the way down. Crown of the head down. Notice how this feels now. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open in the back of the legs. We've got a couple more things for the hammies and the quads. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Reach up through those hips. Roll up to the toes. Round. Reach back into the heels. Plank. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take one knee down. Just for a moment, but energize into that left leg. Press the floor away. Notice which parts of your obliques are working. Up. Take the right knee down. Energize. When you first do it, you're like, oh, this is great. And then you're here for a while, you're like, it's not so great. Not loving it. And then up and down, up, 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 down, up. Last set. Here we go. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift forward. Knees, not knees, chest and chin. Little chaturanga. Come all the way down. Breathe it up. Cobra. Shrug the shoulders back. Exhale, hands down. Body down. Extend your arms out in front of you. You can drop the head to the floor if that feels good for you. Bend your left knee. Reach back for that left foot. Draw the heel towards your body. If you're down here and this is tight, stay. If it feels okay, lift the knee up towards the sky as you draw your foot towards your butt. You can stay down here. Breathe. If you want to add more, you can come up. If you're coming up, it's easier to take that thigh to the ground and draw the heel towards you. Press up to your forearms. Slightly different stretch in your quads, so play with both of them. See what you like, see which is most beneficial for your quads today, and choose one. And of course, for those that want more, you can come a little higher. Draw your belly in if you're coming higher. Come down again. Extend all the way down. Lift that knee again if you haven't already, if you're not still here, if you're still here. Hopefully it's easing off a bit. Release. Release that leg out. Shake out the hips. Let's do the other side. Bend that right leg. Draw the heel towards the butt as much as you can. If that's tight, stay there. If it's not, draw the heel towards the butt. Lift the knee off the floor. And of course, if that's not working for you, bring that hand across the body, shoulder underneath, elbow underneath shoulder for comfort. Draw that heel towards the outside of your buttock. And of course, not tight enough, come up a little higher. Draw the belly in slightly so that you maintain some strength in the back muscles. and you're not collapsing into the lumbar spine and hurting your lower back. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe, y'all. Release down. Keep hold of that foot. Extend the arm out. Draw the knee up. Release. And bring the hands to your low ribs. Get the booty a little. Press to your knees. Bring those knees together. Sink down, child's pose. Inhale, come up. Grab your strap if you need it, if you can't reach your foot when you're sitting with your legs out in front of you. Extend your left leg out. Bring your right leg in. Heel as close to your groin as is comfortable. You may need support underneath your right knee. It depends on your body. You may need support underneath your hips to lift the hips slightly and drop that pelvis forward slightly. If you can't reach your legs, grabbing your strap will work wonders, and put it around that foot. Now the key to a good stretch here is not rounding and collapsing through the back. The key is length through the spine. And today we're going to think about drawing this femur back into its hip socket. So we've got that forward tilt of our pelvis. Draw your toes towards you. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come forward. As you come forward, the goal is not head to knee. The goal is head to toe. So the belly is coming down towards the thigh. And as you do that, if you keep that length there, you're going to feel that stretch through the back of the legs. Lift the heart forward. Draw it towards your toes and draw your shoulders down your back. If you're super flexy, go on. Lay it on out. Come on down. And keep drawing heart to toes. Don't be in a hurry. If you are here, I promise you this is not going to do you any good other than give you a sore back. It's better to be here. Shoulders down the back. Work length through your body. Now just to signal to our spinal muscles to release their hold on our leg muscles, on our spinal nerves, to release their hold on our leg muscles, let's come out of that. Soften it out a little bit. Just relax. Soften the knee. Take a couple of deep breaths. On the next exhale, straighten out that leg and come on down. Inhale, come up. If you can take your foot on top of your thigh, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, keep it down where it was. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Lift through the spine. Energize through this left leg. And exhale, rotate to your right. If you are flexy in the shoulders, bring your right arm behind you. Grab hold of your foot. If you really want to do it, you can have a strap as well around the foot and just grab hold of your strap. Make sure this ankle feels comfortable and is not feeling like it's collapsing. And go ahead, release that out, release that leg. As shake it out, other leg in, as close to the groin as you can get it. Shift the flesh away from your sitting bones. Raise those hips if you need to. Grab your strap if you need it. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach the foot. Come back so you can see my foot. And come on down with length. Remember, head to toes, not head to knees. Try not to drop everything. As soon as you drop that, you just cheat yourself out of a good stretch. I got distracted by playing with my feet. Inhale, release it out. Soften the knee a little bit. Release, soften, breathe a couple of breaths. On your next exhale, lengthen through the leg, come on down. Inhale, release that out. Take the foot up to the thigh or leave it where it is. Left hand or right hand to the left knee, left arm behind you, lift through the spine. Exhale, rotate. If it's comfy, reach back for that toe. Keep inhaling length as you breathe in, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Yeah, that feels good. Release it out. Widen those legs out, coming to the front of your sitting bones as usual. Dropping the pelvic bowl forward slightly, maybe sitting those hips up onto a block, especially for those of you that are super tight. Sitting up onto a block and dropping the sit bones slightly. So I like to perch kind of on the edge of the block, and the block might tilt a bit. Although if you're super tight, you just might want to be right on the block. But allowing those sitting bones to just tilt down, this pelvic bowl to lengthen up and tilt forward, will already give you access into your thighs. You might just want to stay here. If you're here and you're feeling that tightness through the inner thigh area, stay here. That's quite satisfying as it is. But for those of you that are flexible through the inner thigh area, make sure the knees feel comfortable. Knees and toes point to the sky. Lift and lengthen. Maybe you just have the hands behind you and you lift here. Or maybe you work your way slowly forward. Breathe into it. You can come down to forearms. Inhale, come on up. Bring those knees in. Hug them in, drop them down. Butterfly. Peel the feet open like a book. It's good to have the flexy ankles, so if you roll, they don't break. Open out through the inner thighs. So think about spiraling them open and pressing those knees down to the floor. Lift through the spine, shoulders down the back. Beautiful. Check it out. We're not done with our hammies and our quads yet. A couple more things, and then we're coming down, releasing out the hips, and you are done. Tap the toes, reach up and back. Hips to the sky, roll your armpits in. Right foot steps forward, drop the back knee. Find a comfortable place here to hang just for a moment. Check in with how things are feeling. And then roll over that front heel. Draw your toes towards your face to the front of the mat. Feel comfy, come on down a little more. Just breathe into it. Engage your quads just like we did earlier. Draw the quads up, and that's going to release out the hamstrings. Now, if you want to loosen out through the calf muscles and more of the legs, press that foot down towards the floor. And it's going to work strength into your ankle as well. Continue to press into the floor. Work out the back of the calf muscles. If that's uncomfortable, don't do it. And just see how it feels. And then roll back. Roll back so much that you can sit back onto the heel of your left foot, working that flexibility into the toes here as well. And again, if you are super flexy, come on down a little lower. Otherwise, staying up or working with blocks to bring the earth up to you. Alright, and releasing from there. Tuck that back foot if it wasn't already. Turn it out, down dog. Feel those hips. Bend the knees a whole bunch. Bring the body to the thighs. Release out. Turn those feet out again and walk in slightly. Let's come into that little squat again. Big old squat this time. Hopefully things have opened up a whole bunch. Press up. Turn the feet in. Down dog. Left foot steps forward. Drop into your lunge. Make sure that this knee is over the ankle or slightly behind and not forward of the foot. Keep the hips squared up and think about drawing your knees towards themselves, towards each other. It's going to work those muscles in the leg. All right, enough of that. Roll back over your that's my left foot, your left heel. Draw your toes towards you. Draw that femur back into the hip socket. Contract this quad. Feel it here. Feel it here. If you want to feel it here a little bit more, press that foot down to the floor. Make sure that that's comfortable for your ankle. If you need to release it out first, go ahead. Just see that that comes down and there is comfort and nothing's pinching and catching. Breathe into it. Keep trying to press down through this foot. And in fact, you can press down through the hand to stretch out the top of the foot and draw your femur back. And let's roll back over the heel. Allow yourself to continue through if this feels good. Otherwise, stay where you were. Come on down. So our toes are tucked in the back foot. Again, if that's not so good, you can flatten that foot out. But working the strength in the toes is great. Toes are what give us balance, so we want them to be strong, agile, flexible, supple. I got lazy. Did you see my knee bent up? Press that down. Enjoy your chest towards your toes for that final big stretch. Whoa, release it out. Downward facing dog. Turn it up. Reach up. How does that feel? Pretty gosh darn good. Right foot comes forward again. Grab your strap. You may need some cushions, blankets underneath your knees. Bring a strap behind your foot if you need it, behind your ankle. And we're going to bring the right hand to the inside of that left leg. Rotate to look at our left leg. Grab the strap over the foot or grab the inside of your left foot. Draw the heel towards your butt. Breathe. To increase the stretch, lift the body and draw it back towards the heel. You can stay here though. You can stay with that strap. All right, stay there. Swap your hands. Bring your left hand down. Grab hold of the inside of the foot again. Maybe roll over to the top of the foot. Depends where you're comfortable. And rotate towards the right side, drawing that heel towards your butt again. You're going to find that that stretch now has changed to the inner hip flexors. If you are comfortable here, find your balance, reach back with both hands or hold onto your strap, again, with both hands. And draw the heel towards you. How your quads lacking it. It's a big stretch there for those quads. It's also strengthening for this front leg. And very gently, release that out. Tuck that back foot. Step it out. Down dog. How you doing, my lovely hips? Let's widen those feet out a whole bunch. Maybe to the edges of your mat. Drop the knees, come down into a squat. Now for some of you, squatting might not be super comfy. You might be on those toes. If that's the case, then for you, you might want to practice squatting with a block against a wall, flattening your back to the wall, sitting up and opening out through the thighs. It's a good inner thigh stretch. It's a good hip opener. But if you're okay squatting down here, go on, get your squat on. Widen out those knees with your elbows, hands between the legs. Prayer pose. Namaskara asana. And release. Walk those hands out, lift it out, step gently into your down dog, tread it out. And this time, left foot steps forward into that lunge. And bring your left hand, to the inside of that left foot. Bend that back leg. Grab your strap if you need it, or reach back with the inside of the foot or the top of the foot and draw the heel towards you. You can come up if that feels good. Breathing into it. We are facing more towards the right at the moment, just to target different areas of the front of our hip. Keep breathing. Go ahead, release and swap sides. Right hand comes down. Rotate more towards that left leg. If you can, you want to be on the top of the thigh rather than the knee. But if your knee's on the ground, then make sure it's comfortable. There's something underneath it cushioning it. Try not to overstretch here. Don't wrench yourself into it because you'll do yourself a groin injury. We're just trying to release and lengthen those muscles. And then if you're comfortable, come back to center. Ooh, find that balance. Draw it in. Breathe. For those of you that this is super impossible, the alternative is to actually come to a wall. Bring your knee right up to the wall and your shin up to the wall, and then step out with your other leg. Now you might be down here, or you can come up. This is just another version of what we were just doing. And if you are super flexy, then bring those arms up, reach back for the wall. And you can sink into that front hip, reach back. The more you reach back and create a curve, the bigger that stretch through the hip flexors. So just see which works for you. See how you feel. You can swap sides there. Should have given that to you earlier, but you can do this next time you watch the video. All right, come out of that. Down dog. Press up. Reach it out. Hips to the sky. Armpits in. Release. Child's pose, knees together. Almost there. One more stretch. And release out. All right. Coming onto your back. Lying down on your backs. Hug your knees in. Extend your leg, left leg up to the sky. Release the right leg. You could use a strap here if you can't grab hold of the foot. You can always run your hands up the back of the legs as well. Just for a moment, just to see. Release. Other side. Lift. Draw it up. See what's going on. Hammies. Loosen those guys up. And again, strap is good. You can hold your big toe, you can hold your foot, or you can just hold the back of the leg. Release. Hug the knees in. Actually, before that, let's just shift our hips to the right slightly. Bring the knees in and drop them over to the left. Grab hold of your left knee. This is my right knee. Draw it up towards you and kick your right leg back behind you so that you can hold on to your foot. Or again, you might need your strap just to hold on to that ankle. I'll turn around here so you can see what's going on. All right, so we've got hold of this left leg. You can kind of get a little bit on top of that. I'm all confused with my left and right. I do believe that I'm holding on to, no, it is my left leg. And hold it back, and then exhale, draw the shoulder down to the ground. Inhale, release. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, release. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, release. And if that feels good, exhale, come down all the way. You can draw your heel towards you and open that knee out away from your right leg. Breathe. This is called cat-tail pose. Also heard it called the pretzel. There's lots of things in yoga called the pretzel. Breathe. This is a twist. It's a back bend, and it's a quad stretch, all in one. If you want to, you can extend your right leg out and grab hold of that foot. Or again, you can use a strap for additional stretching. But it's all optional. You don't have to go the whole hog. Just do what you need to do. Release. And come back to center. Roll it out a little bit. We'll shift our hips over towards the left side and drop our knees over towards the right. Left leg's on the top, draw that up towards your body. Right leg kicks back, maybe get on top of the thigh a little bit, reach back for the foot. Draw that heel in towards you and gazing to the right if you want to, or to the left. Let's just pulse it out. Draw it back down and soften. Draw it back down and soften. Draw it back down, soften, and come on down. Work this stretch, breathe into it. If you want to, you can extend that leg out, grab hold of your heel or your foot, or not at all. Don't have to hold it, you can just extend it. And in fact, if you are just extending it and you like that, you can get right on top of that thigh a little bit more. And then draw back a little bit more. Breathe. And let's go ahead and release out from there. Release out. Bring your hands down by your side, feet into bridge again. Press up into bridge. Let us work the back out a little bit. Walk your shoulders underneath you. Grab hold of your hands. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other by spiraling your thighs down, inner thighs down, outer thighs up. Press up. Allow the chin to move to the chest and then create a little space, lengthening out the back of the neck. Exhale, come on down. Lovely. Roll it out, roll it out, roll it out. Extend the legs out. That's enough for now. I mean, I've got loads that I could give you, but those are good. Those are going to see you good for a long time. So hang out here and enjoy your Shavasana. You deserve it, and you need to rest the muscles. So let's go ahead and do that now. Close your eyes. Relax. See if you can completely surrender your muscles into the floor. Completely surrender any tension, any effort. Notice how your body's feeling. If you do find tension, take a deep breath in, sigh it out. Do that a few times until you're completely relaxed. Stay here as long as you like. When you're done, just slowly bring your knees up, roll to your side, and come up, finding a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that was super beneficial for you. Let me know how you felt about that practice. Let me know if there's anything else you need to work on for your soccer practice. And I hope that that's going to help you loosen up those tight legs and quads and hips and things like that. Oh, and just as a bonus, if you want a bonus hip stretch, bring your right shin over the top of your left shin, lining up your heels with your knees. Shift your flesh out from underneath your sit bone so you can gaze at a nice triangle between your legs. Sit here. If you're in Shavasana, you can do this later. It's just a little bonus for you. And then gently work yourself down. That's going to stretch out the glutes. And then when you're done, gently come up, and you can stay there for as long as you like, but try and stay there for at least 30 seconds or 10 breaths. And then when you're ready, swap sides. If this isn't comfortable for you, a normal cross-legged position is okay, but this is really good. And of course, if you are super flexible and you don't really feel that as much in your hips, then you can actually stack ankle on top of thigh. Or to really feel it, actually take the foot across a little bit more. For me, this is pretty intense. So I've got my front shin, my right shin, parallel to the top of the mat. My left shin's on the top, and my foot, actually, my ankle clears my knee. Now that means that I'm not going to get twisted up ankles if I find this position hard, and already I find this position hard. Sitting here, it's pretty intense. So you can choose the level, pick your adventure, make sure your knee feels comfortable, whether it's here or in the harder version. Just see what feels good for you. Don't be a hero, don't try and push it. You want to look after your body, and it's all about surrendering and letting those muscles open out on their own. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this beneficial, and if you know a whole bunch of soccer players that will find it beneficial as well, please share it with them. Get them to subscribe to my channel. Let me know what else you want, and I will make it for you. Namaste.